Hey guys, Carl here from GameReviewsHU.net, and today we are going to check out Trove, a voxel-based adventure MMORPG being published and developed by Tryon Worlds. It has been in beta for a while, but they finally released the full version on July 9 this year on Steam. Many users have been comparing it to games like Minecraft and Terraria, stating that they look similar in gameplay and graphics, and it has no originality whatsoever. Well, let's look at that here on my first look of the game. Trove is a very simplistic game at first glance, one that has a relaxing feel to it. The tutorial at first is very easy to learn as the gameplay just covers the basic stuff, which is quite sad actually, as the tutorial already teaches you around 60% of what you can do in the game. Wow! That is simply high. Why is that? Well, there is no definite story in Trove, as you are the one who is going to create your own journey in it, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you are not restricted on what you do in Trove, as you basically do what you want, but it is a bad thing because there is no tension on what happens next. And there is no drive to continue playing Trove in the long run for some people, but if you are a casual player who will play this game on and off, then it will be a great game for you. Why do I say so? Well, since Trove has no storyline or plot, it does justice on its infinite worlds. Yes, infinite and random generated worlds with random dungeons in it. There are several portals which are based on levels as a difficulty, where it will put you into a generated world and you can explore it as much as you want. The world has different biomes to check and see for yourself. There's always something original to see, like at one time there was an island full of pirate parrots, then the other time there was this sweet biome full of sweet stuff and chocolates. It's so random yet so good to see that. It is quite innovative in my opinion. There are also club worlds. These are more like private worlds wherein you can do whatever you want to it with your friends, like building stuff. Anything you want to build is possible there. It's actually hard to craft a club card at the beginning. These are the gate pass for you to make your own world. So you're better off joining people's club when they invite people into their club, or you can visit some of it on the hub world section, and there are different available player made worlds on it, and it looks freaking great, each of them. Moving on with what you can actually encounter when exploring worlds, the dungeons. There are a variety of designs of dungeons for each biome. Some are nice, but some are also confusing and not that good. And the repetition of dungeons is becoming more noticeable as you play more. Most of the time, especially for those huge dungeons, it is hard to find the entrance of the dungeon itself. It is a good thing they add a portal for the exit every time you finish a dungeon, because it is confusing and quite a hassle sometimes. The main purpose of the dungeon is for the players to defeat the bosses, which basically counts as a quest. For each dungeon, that's all you have to do, and you will be rewarded nicely. And if there are other players in the dungeon fighting the boss is a piece of cake, really. And loots are not shared, each player gets their own. So it's a very nice thing to do the dungeons because, well, loots are loots. There are times that there are extensions of the dungeon, so we'll be going into a portal to get to the next level, which I think is good, but most of the time there is no portal to get to the next level. A problem arises as dungeons like challenge. Seriously, you can do a speedrun on every dungeon, especially the small ones, and never attack a single enemy except the boss. There are traps inside, but they are not really that intimidating and can easily be outmaneuvered. Some dungeons are really confusing and feels like incomplete, which is really frustrating to say the least. Like I said, dungeons are the quests in the game. Though there are general quests like crafting this and that, and other things that may look like a tutorial, but there is also additional quests to become available after you reach a certain level. Like you can get challenges on other portals, on Uber portals, if your level is high enough. Let us talk about the classes now. There are several classes right now. I think there are at least 10 available for you to pick from. Initially, you can only pick one, but after a lot of grind, you can buy another class, wherein you can change to anywhere in the world when you need it. It takes a lot of grinding to reach the amount of gold to buy another class, so you have to be patient. You can also buy them with real cash on the store, but that is not really necessary. Each of them has at least 4 skills, in which one of those is passive. And that is a very small set of skills. There are no additional skills whatsoever, making grinding for levels not broad enough to continue, as leveling up is only used for unlocking more stuff to craft and to unlock more and challenging portals. There is also no stats customization, and it all depends on what you equip to boost your stats. The reason why grinding is fun is because of the loots. The chances of getting a loot is pretty high, so doing dungeons are really rewarding in my honest opinion. There are just so many loots to take, and even by exploring and killing monsters on the way, it is still fun to do it. The combat is very simple yet fun to do. Even with the lack of skills to be unlocked here, it is engaging at best but quite repetitive in the long run. The combat is action oriented. It is not like the traditional MMORPG that you click here then your character will attack automatically. You are the one with full control of your character, which is absolutely fun most of the time. The other part of Trove is building stuff. You can have a house in any world by simply claiming a plot somewhere in that world. And you can do whatever you want with it. Though it is relatively small as a plot, you can activate your house whenever there is a plot. It is best to go upward or downward in a house to not lose so much space. You can toggle building mode by pressing tab on the keyboard. It is for extracting and putting blocks whenever you like it. You can also extract ores when you find one, which is extremely helpful for the crafting system of the game. In my opinion, the building part is only a minority in the game, unless you already have a club world wherein you can build anything you want. The crafting system is basic. You find some stuff, then craft things. It's very simple and easy to use. The resources are the only problem here. You can unlock some blueprints by leveling up, which adds more encouragement to grind. The graphics of Trove can be similarly stated to be like Minecraft, but at second glance, not really. The blocks look more detailed in Minecraft rather than here, but it's fine. It's not actually trying to be better than Minecraft game-wise. And normal blocks look the same with just recolor, but it's fine since other blocks that are required for crafting are much more distinguishable from each other. And like I said previously, every biome looks great and original from each other, and dungeons look really good too, despite of having some confusing interior level design. Animation is smooth and looks really good. Combos can easily be done with no awkwardness with the animation, though attack animation is quite repetitive as there's only one attack animation, but you can combine it with your other skills. The background music and sound really fit and have this 8-bit theme which sounds melancholic at times that you can also be engaging, especially in battles. It fits so well in every situation. I also forgot to mention the community is very alive and there's always several players playing that you may get into a queue list if you're going to play at peak time. So yeah, that is my first look of Trove. Before I proceed to the verdict, let us have some quick recap of Trove. The pros are, it is fun and engaging to play, with several classes to choose from. The worlds are randomly generated, making it original every playthrough. Background music and sound fit well with the theme of the game. Dungeons are both created by either dev team or the players themselves. The loots vary so much and easy to get. The community is very alive and there are several players in the game. Graphics are pretty and each biomes look really cool and fresh and original. Visiting Club World is so inspiring and fun. Lastly, it is not pay to win. The cons are, however, lack of skills to be unlocked for each class, only 4. Without a Club World, building is only a minority as the only place you can build permanently is where your house is. Though you can transfer your house whenever you like when you see a plot, it's still a minority in my opinion. Grinding can be boring if playing continuously as animations look the same and there's a lack of stat customization and again, few skills to be unlocked. Level design for dungeons can be confusing at times, it feels incomplete at some point and it's just really confusing. Anyway, that is the pros and cons of Trove. It is truly a very good game to play and it's best played by casual players who only log in 3 to 5 times a week and play at least 20 hours a week. But for those who play continuously for the grind, it can also be a good game, but it may get boring after a while as the animation is repetitive and some dungeons can also be monotonous. If you like building stuff, then this game could be for you if you can get past the hassle of grinding. Lastly, it is free to play. You can download it on Steam and it's only 700 MB without the patches. It is truly a great game and it will get bigger every day. So that is my first look for Trove. I am Carl, signing off.